Hi everybody, I'm on Hines, aka DiamondNelsonMetalUnderground.com, and I'm happy, very honoured, very humbled to say we're with John Gallagher from Raven.
Hello, good to be here.
If you don't know Raven, then what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like, fuck off then.
Right, we're straight into it. I mean, obviously at the moment Raven are supporting the latest album, Extermination, which has been out for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And used Kickstarter to get this.
To get that one going,
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you view Kickstarter in the modern day?
It's kind of a strike back for the artist, because we've been dumped on for so many years either by record companies, taking all the money, or what's happening now is this rhapsody in Spotify where they'll just blanketly get money off the record company and somehow the artist gets left out of it. Which is very gratifying to see artists who are doing very, very well, like the Taylor Swifts and Bruce Springsteens of the world, saying, no, I mean, they don't need the money, and they admit this, but it ruins it for, how can a band start if they're getting paid 0.00027 per play?
Yeah.
There was a thing going around I put on my Facebook site from Peter Frampton, as Baby I Love Your Way, that song, which is like, it's played 1 billion times in America every day, and 50 million plays, you got $5,000. Something seriously wrong. Somebody's making money and it wasn't him probably.
No.
And again, he does okay, but fair day's work, fair day's pay. Why shouldn't? And it's just another degrading of the value of music, which started, of course, Lars gets so much shit, but Lars was right. Lars was so right. And you hear about it now, how the major labels met with Napster and it was like, oh, let's try and figure something out, what do you think? And the record labels were like, screw you. We've got everything, we don't need you. And it all went to shit.
Yeah. And deservedly so, some would say.
Well, to a large degree, yeah. I mean, it was good to, the only good thing that's come out of it is the whole focus on live music now. So, if you even though there's a lot of trickery going around with certain bands, but basically, you got to sing for your supper. So, that's okay.
Yeah.
We were never scared of hard work.
No. Well, that's very evident in the fact that you've been going for so long. I mean, I think it's coming up to 40 years, maybe over
44 years.
Fucking hell. And it's great.
Yeah, so when we're doing our day-to-day and someone say they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes or they're trying to screw us over, and we just look at each other, again? It's just, what do you think, we were born yesterday?
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Well, you go back to the 80s and you did your On and On video, that whole video is a sniper there.
Well, that's what that is. It shows us as basically as tramps, and then we come out with all our ridiculous pseudo glam rock costumes or whatever at the end of it. At least it was done humorously and people view it, so as opposed to most of the videos then which were done seriously but were very funny.
Yes.
At least we were trying to be funny.
Well, part of the Kickstarter thing was you did the covers album as well, Party Killers.
Right, yeah.
That must have been a lot of fun to do.
That was an awful lot of fun. It was just, we'd had the idea for years. We were at a party in Germany for the keyboard player from Rage, and it was all disco and it was horrible. We're like, can you put on, there was a Sheer Heart Attack by Queen, and the place was deserted instantly. We're like, yeah, we just killed the party killers. So we're going to do an album one day which is songs like that would destroy any party. But it really turned into like the little singles box we used to have. So there was the David Bowie track and the Nazareth track and all the stuff that were on the singles, so it's a real shout back to our youth. It was so much fun. We only did it, and I think we recorded the whole thing in like 2 or 3 days. Mixed it pretty quickly, and it's amazingly at least close to the spirit of all that music, so that was awesome. And we stretched. I mean, the David Bowie track came out of thin air, and Joe wanted us to do a Edgar Winter track, or Edgar, and did that, and hey, what the hell, it was fun, it was good.
Did you bring any of that into the live set, or is that's for you?
Well, again, you know, the world changed like on about the 15th of May last year when Joe had his heart attack, and it was just like, he's not in the picture anymore. So we had to get a couple of guys to fill in, one of whom was Mike, who did the second, third and fourth gigs. And we were like, he wasn't available for the other stuff, we're like, we'll be in touch later. We worked with a few other great guys, but they came back to me and said, we've got festivals, you want to do that? And then we talked about doing new music, and I've been writing like a fiend, and Mark had been writing, we had a lot of really cool music. We've been recording, and it's not finished yet, but it sounds phenomenal.
Cool.
It's very much, somebody pointed out, it sounds like what the album after Wiped Out had been if we continued in that vein. So it's very fast, a lot of parts, a lot of hooks too, but it's got the melodic sensibility with it too. So very excited, some great songs, Top of the Mountain, which we'll probably do on the tour at some point. My throat feels like shit, so I might not be doing it tonight. But Top of the Mountain, what's the other one? When Worlds Collide is a big heavy one.
Cool.
Kind of along the lines of a, for want of a better word, Victim of Changesy type of thing, where it's like the riff and then a pause and then the riff, and a lot of cool odds and ends. Metal Cities about Newcastle. It's very kind of up-tempo, Sabbathy. And then there's a tribute one for Lemmy called Motorheading, which is super fast. It's a lot of fun. And you know, you'll get to hear it. You'll like it. It's cool.
Well, you mentioned Newcastle there, and obviously Raven gets lumped as part of the old new wave of British heavy metal.
Right.
And I think Newcastle played a large part in that, particularly Neat Records.
Yeah.
I spoke with the lads from Venom Inc. a few months ago about Neat, and they weren't too.
No, of course not. Well, you know, we've all been there. They were the other side of the coin. That basically, Venom in the day and Raven were fighting over whatever money they could get, and we were a fixture there. We'd all be hanging out, going, "When are we going to get money? When are we going to go on the tour? When are we going to go?" And Dave would just play one off against the other. So we've laughed about that since. I'm very good friends with you know, Dolan and Jeff. They're great guys. They really are.
We were talking about often meeting you on the bus on the way to.
Yeah, I've come and seen them in the States a couple of times, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, we go way back. They're good lads. So it's good to see them doing their thing there out in the States right now while we're here. But Neat Records, you know, another comment from someone else. Dave Wood started a snowball and ran out of snow because again there was only so many bands. But you know, for all the yeah man, we got ripped off and all that. I don't know. You know, talent and hard work will show through eventually, but it would have been very difficult because we were all the way up in the north and everything was happening in London. And none of these record companies would have given a shit about any bands that were up there. They really wouldn't. It was only when, oh, you're doing pretty well, oh, we want in on this, as they do. As they did with the grunge scene. That was another insular community of bands entertaining themselves. Yeah. And somebody, you know, when something broke out, they all wanted in on everything. So that's why the cool thing about the new wave of British heavy metal is all those bands, especially the first tier bands, the Iron Maiden, Saxon, Def Leppard, Us, Fist, Venom, and you name it.
Many more.
Many more great bands. They all had the fire and passion in common, but they all sounded utterly different. They really did. You couldn't listen to, you know, confuse our stuff with anyone else's, and you couldn't confuse Iron Maiden stuff with anybody else. Or Saxons, they all had their own take on it, which is great. Yeah, it's awesome.
Absolutely, it had that fire, if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. It was people who were playing music because they loved it, and it was all done for the right reasons. And that's like when a few days later it was like, oh, these punks going, oh, well, we'll grow our hair and we can be a metal band too. And, you know, just like they did a few years after that, oh, we're all going to be thrash now, or we're all going to be whatever. There's always, you know, bus jumpers as you want, you know, someone who's going to try and jump on the bandwagon. Yeah. But that's what made it special for me, is listening back as, you know, the passion was the unifying factor. Yeah.
You mentioned thrash there, and a lot of thrash bands cite Raven as a big influence. If you can look at the Get Thrashed DVD on the bonus, there's a segment about Raven on there.
Oh wow!
And it's
I
mostly
didn't know that.
Anthrax just talking about how great.
Oh wow, that's very nice. I didn't know that. Yeah.
No, they was.
No, it's really cool now. We're friends, all them people. It was great singing Anthrax last year. You know, good people. And Overkill, good people, you know, Bobby, and all the German bands. We played one show in Germany in '83, and there was like, in the audience, turned out like 7 or 8 bands came out of that.
Yeah. Obviously,
So directly said they were either heavily influenced, or they said, let's start a band, this is so cool.
Yeah.
You know, Doro, the Creator Boys, Rage.
They covered Lamps of the Slaughter as well, didn't they?
Yeah, Rage, Coroner, Sodom, it's crazy. So we're friends with all them people. It's really cool.
How do you view thrash itself? Is it something that you know you have the influence on? You're proud of that? Or?
Well, you know, if you've influenced anyone to get off their arse and do something, that's gold. That's gold. Do I like all of the music? No, I'm not supposed to. No. It's not music for me. It's music for them. And if their fans love it, it's great. You know, after a while, if I'm hearing it's like, there are other beats, please, you know. But hey, that's just me being a fart, you know. From that tour we did in America with us playing and Metallica opening up, that, you know, was like the firestone that started off so many bands, or at least influenced them heavily into being faster and heavier. So. And people compliment us on that all the time. That's you know,
I think
it's humbling. It really is, you know. We know we've made a mark.
Absolutely.
You know? Hey, yeah, we're not running around like Metallica. We didn't make that kind of money. Sometimes that shit's not in the cards. But you know what? I look back and go, man, we're so lucky. There's so many people who give their left arm to have done what we've done.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean to do what somebody like that's done. And we're still here, and we're better than we've ever been, and blah blah blah. Yeah. The story continues. So hey, it's all good.
It's some statement to say you're better than you've ever been. Listen to the first single, Don't Need Your. That's one of my favourite singles from the era.
It's got a mystique about it. It really does. It just pops off, you know, when you hear it. It's like, boom! Yeah. It sounds like nothing you'd really heard before, you know.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like you say, from that era you had Tank and Sight the Saxon and all the others. They did all sound different. And I bought the singles Neat collection, whatever it was called, and that's the first track, and I was like, what the fuck, this is fucking brilliant. I love this. And from then on it's great. And so to still be competing with singles like that.
Yeah, I mean that's we consistently set the bar high. I mean when we came back from Mark having his accident, it took a long recovery period, and we did Walk Through Fire. We were really happy with it. We had to beat that with Extermination, which we did, and now we've had all the things happen since Joe's left, and we got Mike in, and we played so many shows last year. We did like over 100 shows with him. We still haven't rehearsed. Still haven't had an official rehearsal. Sound checks maybe, but that's about it. So it's nuts. But like I say, we've recorded, and we've raised the bar again. It's there. It's more of a in-your-face production. It's not as reverby and big. It's more tight. It kind of has to be because it's faster and there's more parts. But the playing is out of this world. Everyone raised their game on that. Strong melodies, very strong songs, and we're just going for it. And it's great.
Absolutely. Again, that's what Magnet's always done. And I think that's led to
I don't think we've ever been lazy with that, and we've always tried our hardest never to say, okay, they copied that riff from this one. I mean, it's going to happen eventually just because the sheer amount of music out there, you can't hear everything, but as far as we know, we try to make it something different every time.
Absolutely. That's good stuff, and I think because of that, eternal aggression, if you like, as well. To always be intense. It's got a crossover here with people that like more heavier stuff.
Yeah, I think so. Like more of the darker death metal and stuff like that. Yeah, we've got that energy in the music. We've got the energy in the live show, but we've got the melody too. So
yeah. Like I said to you in emails, I saw you in Virginia. It was awesome. I saw you in Virginia a few years ago at Fossil.
Oh yeah, at the Empire, yeah.
Right. And went with my friend Carlos, who's black metal, death metal. He's not a big fan of the older stuff, but he watched it and he was like, where can I get this stuff on?
That's great. That's good. Well, that's what's happening with Mike. I mean, Mike plays with Malignancy, which is like insane kind of black metal on crack. You know, and people that like his drumming will come and really love the radio show. It's totally 180 degrees away from what he does, but he's bringing that fire and that aggression into what we're doing, and it's great. He's a phenomenal talent on drums, and it's just really raised everyone's games.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. Thank you ever so much for taking the time to speak to me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. New album's coming. Like I said, a live one too. Take care.